Hello everyone, and welcome to the final workout of your Precision Mat Foundation series. So this workout, we're really going to step up the intensity. We're going to introduce some new dynamic stepping patterns. It's really going to propel you into the next chapter of your P-Volve journey. So let's get onto our Precision Mat. We're going to step onto one. We're going to reach the arms forward, slice the arms in and up, and sit back. Now we're going to step out wide, hips towards 11. Open step, sit back, and then return. So this is an open 45. So we've not done this one before in this series. Your hips turn towards 11. Your foot doesn't need to be all the way turned out. It can be turned out towards that corner. Step in and catch. So we're loading the glutes with weight. We're engaging the inner thighs, working the core, and really focus on that strong, stable movement. Good. Catch, this is all about opening the hip, lengthening the inner thighs, keeping the weight back into the heels, and shifting the glutes back. Good. Two more. Lift open, catch, pull it in. Now we're going to take the arms into a W, magnetize the elbows into the rib cage, step out wide, sit back, reach. Then cross it all the way over and lift up. So this is all about stretching the side body, shifting the weight back into the glutes, opening the hips and the inner thighs, and really preparing your body for movement. So I want you to think here about getting that knee back, stacked over the ankles. Good. Shift the weight back into the glutes, lengthen through the side body, and go back to that visual image of lifting your rib cage away from your hips. Last one, reach, pull it up, and stretch. Good, shake it out. We're gonna go straight on the other side, so step over to 11. Now that wide open step, so interlace the fingers, lift the elbows, sit the butt back. We step out wide. Good, and sit back. So notice here, as I step out, I'm not pushing my knees forward and sitting down. My butt is being magnetized back. Good, abs tight. Here we go. Three more. Catch. And step it in. Engage those inner thighs. Give me a full journey with those toes. And really activate every single part of your glute. Last one. Step out wide. Good, now magnetize the elbows into the rib cage. Step out and reach. Good, you're gonna feel a deep stretch in those inner thighs. Weight back in the heels. Now, as you sit the butt back and reach the other arm up, try not to let that knee push forward. Good. Move from your core. Lift up and really control this movement. Good. Last one, here we go. Reach, stretch, and shake it out. Okay, we're gonna put on those light ankle weights. And we're going to grab one glider. So once you have those ankle weights on, we're going to grab one glider, come into the 12 square. We're going to tap the toe on the glider and make sure you catch the ball of the foot down. Press it back into a staggered position. Press the palms back. Roll the shoulder blades back. Engage the triceps. Here we go. Glide back to 6. Then pull it in. Good. Now this whole block, I want you to think about really starting to ignite your glutes, lighting up your core, and really using that friction against the floor to engage your glutes. And as you pull it in, squeeze the abdominals. Good. So if you watch Maeve, her arms and her leg are reaching in opposite directions. So you're trying to find more length. Reach those toes back towards 6. Glide along the darts. 2, stretch, and in. Last one. And back. Hold it. Now we hit a little leg lift. Lift, tap it back on the glider, pull it in. Good, 4-part move. Out, lift, tap, and in. Good, we're gliding back towards 6, gliding along the dots. Now again, when you lift that leg, think about keeping the range of motion low, and the idea of lifting the leg comes from stretching the leg back towards 6. Good. So actually it's more about creating length than it is about lifting. Good, keep going. We have 2 more. Shift back, lift, catch the glider, and pull it in. Last one. reach, and then we're gonna hold it back here. So one arm on the waist, other arm at 90. Squeeze the inner thighs towards the back corner of the mat, lift the rib cage up and over. Pull it in and squeeze. We have 7 more. Here we go, glide across. Reach, pull it back, squeeze. So this is all about going back to that inner thigh connection. So imagine you have that P ball on. I want you to imagine that P ball's there and you're pressing your inner thighs into it, and then you lift your upper body up and over, then use your obliques to pull yourself back to center. Because if you really watch me, really engaging from the core. Core is tight the entire time. That's what's stabilizing your upper body. So we're focusing on the core, we're focusing on the inner thighs, making sure those knees aren't pushing forward. Yes, use the friction in the floor to activate your core and your inner thighs. Here we go, 2, reach up and over. Now find an extra inch of length in that side body. Reach, pull it back, bring everything in, and sit. Good, shake it out. Roll the shoulder blades back. And we're gonna hit the other side. So catch the toe on the glider, bring it back to a staggered position, press the palms back, sit back, prepare. Here we go. Reach and squeeze. And in. Now I wanna see detail in this movement. I wanna see you really activating and engaging with the glider on the floor. Good. So maybe extending and reaching her limbs in opposite directions, using the core to pull everything back to center. 2 more. All right, last one. We're gonna hold it back. Little lift, tap it down, and pull it back. Good. So reach, squeeze and lift. Now remember, this is all about finding length in that back leg. So if you notice, it isn't about height. We're using those ankle weights to really, really strengthen the glutes. And P-Volve, we're all about finding length. Length in the arms, length in the legs, length in the spine. Good. Use your core. Yes, we have 2 more. Lift and tap, going into the last one. Lift and hold it. Now from here, hand on the waist, other arm at 90. Squeeze those inner thighs, reach up and over, pull it in and catch. So these movements, you notice, are starting to get more dynamic. Really using balance here. Get the weight in that standing heel. Reach up and over. Now, as you get comfortable with this move, now try and reach your hips in opposite directions. Yes, Maeve, so good. Good. So reach your hips one way and stretch the other. Good. So you're really starting to build some strength and cultivate some real flexibility here. Good. So remember, the toes are reaching towards the back corner of the precision mat. So don't think about directly to the side, think about the back corner. That will help you find real extension in that leg. Lift up and over, pull it in, hold it, bring it to center. Good. All right, so we're now gonna step over to 3. This time, we're gonna step the flat foot down on the glider, feet hip width apart. We're gonna sit back, reach the arms forward, pull the arms into a box shape. We're gonna glide out towards 9. Sit the glutes back, reach forward, pull in, inner thighs, squeeze. Good. So I want you to translate your pelvis over and reach. So your body weight is transferring over into the center and reach. Good. So what I don't want to happen is this, right? That. Avoid this, sinking back into that hip. I want you to take your weight over with you, shift forward, and you'll feel an amazing stretch as you reach forward and sit the butt back. 2. Last one, reach. Good. Now bring that foot back into a stagger, but with your flat foot down on the glider. Now stretch back. Good. And pull it into a staggered position. Good. Now get the weight into that stance heel. So this is an absolute amazing exercise for strengthening your glutes and really, really working your inner thighs. You're gonna feel that glider really connect with the floor, and it's hard to pull it in. So you have to use your abdominals. You have to engage your core. Squeeze your hips and your ribs tight, pull everything in. Yes. That's it. 2. And in. Last one, hold, threshold reach, 1 inch out, 1 inch in. Sit deeper and in. Now keep the flat foot down on the glider, and you'll notice an amazing stretch in the hamstrings. You're going to stretch out your Achilles. You're going to really, really feel your glutes engage, especially the standing glutes. It's going to be on fire. Yes. 3, 2, stretch those arms and legs in opposite directions. Last one. Pull it all the way in and sit back. Good. Shake it out. All right, we're going to go straight to the other side. So we're on square 9, flat foot down. Reach back, arms forward, press your arms into a box, take it out. Squeeze and reach. Good, now this is where you can really start to track your progress here with the precision mat. So you want to stay in this horizontal lane. Don't allow your hips to open or for your glider to glide back. We're in this horizontal lane. Good. Tracking along the dots of 9 towards 3, and in, shoulders down, abdominals tight, butt engaged. And imagine that you actually have 2 gliders on and you're pulling together 2 moving platforms. It's not just this working leg, it's both legs squeezing and pressing together. Last one. Good. And from here, we're going to take it into that staggered position. Squeeze and reach back and pull it in. Now notice both mine and Maeve's legs are lengthened and long at the back. Knees stay stacked over the ankles. Abdominals stay tight. If you look at Maeve's posture, squeezing the shoulder blades. This move is also going to really prepare you for working with the P-band. So think about squeezing the shoulder blades together and having this movement coming from the back. Last one. Hold it, threshold reach, 1 inch back, 1 inch forward, 1 inch back, 1 inch forward. This is a really powerful move to ground you down into the floor and really, really activate that standing glute. And if you see, you can look at Maeve's legs and Maeve's arms, reaching in opposition, you're really pushing that range of motion, tracking back along 7 towards the back of the mat. Good. 2, last one. Pull it in, shake it out. Good job. All right, so let's go over to 3. Tap the toe on the glider. So we're now going to do something we've not done before, which is a pelvic tilt. So we'll do this first rep really slowly. We're going to tap the toe out to the side. Shift back into your standing leg. We're going to press the arms to a triangle. Then take them over the head and press the elbows back. Now we're going to shift forward to square 1. Now tuck the pelvis, flatten your abdominals, open the chest and lean back 1 inch. Good. Now shift back to the side. Good. We sit into that glute. And tuck the pelvis. So you really feel your abdominals engage as you flow forward, catch, and bring it back. Good. So if you look at Maeve's pelvis, it's traveling forward and then sitting back. Good. So we're squeezing the glutes underneath and then traveling back. So I want to see that detail. I want to see your hips move forward and then sit back as you extend that leg out to the side. Good. To 1. Then out to 9. Good. Extension in that front leg. Find a really big journey to get to 1. Good. Last one, we're going to hold it back. Now squeeze the abdominals, pull everything into center, knee comes up, and then we extend the leg, tap it back on the glider. Good, so this is an amazing standing ab exercise. Good, so if you look at Maeve, the squeeze of the abdominals pulls the pelvis back and brings the knee up. Yes, amazing. I want you to capture that detail. Good. Now reach that toe further forward. Yes, that's it. This move is all about the detail. This is where we start to build long, lean, dynamic muscle. Now we're going to hold it up. Hold it here. Keep the abs tight. Bring the arms in front. Interlace the fingers. Now we're going to travel back to an internal 45. Catch it on the floor. Good. Now re-engage. Lift. Pull it to center. Good. Now remember what I said in the previous workouts is all about the journey. Once you get there, you immediately start moving back. Good. So your abdominals are constantly engaged. Yes, amazing. So if you look at Maeve's hips, they're turning to the front corner of the mat. The toes are reaching back towards 7 and tracking along those dots. Good. Now it's totally okay if your foot lands in that center square, but we're aiming to reach back towards 7. Good. Catch. Lift, hold those abdominals really tight. Now draw a circle with the knee and really move through the hips. So remember that workout we did with rotations? I want you to go back to that. Go back to that feeling of really rotating through the pelvis. Good. Lift up, we're gonna hold it here. Again, take it forward. Now take the arms all the way up and pull down. Good, so now with the arms extended above the head, you've got more weight to work with. So it's gonna work and challenge your abs more. Remember, this is the final workout in the series. We're knitting together everything we've learned, all those key things about the method. I want you to bring it into this exercise. Reach and squeeze. Yes. 3 more, Maeve. Here we go. 2. Last one. Pull it up. Hit the glider. And bring it back. Good. Whew. Shake it out. That was challenging, right? All right, so we're going to step over to 9. Tap the toe on the glider. All the way towards 3. Take the hands into a triangle. Now from here, take them above the head and press back. Good, so from here, we're gonna shift forward, tilt the pelvis, and then extend all the way to 3. So this posterior pelvic tilt, you wanna squeeze your abdominals tight, and then sit back. So I wanna see your pelvis move forward, and then shift out to the side. So your toes are reaching towards square 3, tracking along the dots. Sit back, weight in the heels. Good, so we're really focusing on flowing through the pelvis here. Good, arms back. Reach and squeeze. Good, and you're trying to find the biggest journey you can along the squares to hit that 11. And back. Last one. We're gonna hold it here. Now squeeze your abdominals, draw your pelvis back, bring the knee up to the hip and extend. Good, here we go. Squeeze, lift, and reach and extend. So if you look at Maeve, we're trying to find as much length in the torso as you possibly can. You're tapping the toe forward on 11 and I want you to hit the glider. Good. Weight is in the heel. Make sure there's a soft bend in that standing leg. Good. This is where we build long, lean, dynamic muscle. So we're squeezing the abdominals, then immediately lengthening them. Good, keep it going. 3, 2, last one. Hold it, keep your abdominals tight. Bring your hands together, interlace the fingers. Now journey back to your internal 45. Catch, squeeze the glute. Re-engage, lift, and hold it. Good, so remember, it's all about the journey. Keep the weight back into the heels, lengthen through the leg, and I want to see that pelvis move and rotate, lengthen the leg back towards 5. Good. Hold it, and squeeze. Lift that back heel, find the flexion in the toes. Now think about what's going on with the upper body. Your abdominals are squeezing, stabilizing. Now pull your shoulder blades back, down, squeeze them together, yes, and rotate. Good. Hold, you have 3 more. Hold it tight, rotate all the way back, lengthen the leg back towards 5. Last one, we hold it. Now extend the leg forward, reach the arms up, and press. So now we're intensifying this. Because your arms are above your head, you're gonna feel more weight, so your abdominals have to engage more. Squeeze, pull everything in. Now I want you to think about drawing that pelvis back. Yes, amazing, Maeve. Good. So you wanna reach that toe, tap it forward. You're trying to find an extra inch of length in that leg before you pull everything back to center. Keep it going. 2. Last one, really stretch the torso, pull everything in. Lengthen, and bring it back. Good, amazing work. So we're gonna get rid of that glider. And we're gonna put on the P-band. So 4 fingers of the right glove go in, we wrap it around the wrist. Now we're gonna be using this P-band on the mat, so don't tie it too tight around your wrist. You want some flexion. Left 4 fingers of the left glove go in, we wrap it round. Now we're gonna grab our mat. So we're gonna lay our mat horizontally across the horizontal lane, and we're gonna lie on our side. So, key with the P-band, you wanna wrap your thumbs underneath the band, right? So, we're gonna come up into a side plank. So place the hand down, come up onto your side, press and reach so there's tension in the band. We're gonna thread the arm underneath and then lift to come up. Good, so your elbow is reaching up. We're not gonna extend that arm. We're just firing up the obliques here. So, good, reach and squeeze. Now, as you come up, you squeeze your shoulder blades together. Good, reach and pull. Yes, so I wanna see opening in the chest. I wanna see the shoulder blades squeezing together. Good, we're gonna start to really intensify now. 3, thread it underneath, use your obliques, push into the mat, lift away, resist gravity. Hold it, now take the underneath leg, place it down onto the mat. We're gonna place both hands forward, bring that leg all the way around into that vertical lane. Take the opposite hand, palm up, tap it down onto the mat. Now we lift the legs and the arms up and over, and then bring it in. Good, so we're in that horizontal lane. We lift up and over the lines, and in. Good, so we're working the glutes with the ankle weights. We're really testing and sculpting the triceps as we lift up and over. Now you can keep this really shallow. This isn't a big movement, it's tiny. And it's in those micro movements that really make the difference in your workouts. So keep your abdominals really tight. That's your center of gravity. Squeeze the hips and the ribs together. Yes, 2 more reps. Last one. Good. And from here, we're gonna take the arms forward, sit back onto the heels, roll the shoulder blades back, shake out the wrists. I'm gonna go on the other side. Here we go. So, side plank. Press into the floor, lift away from gravity, bring the elbow up, open the chest. Here we go, thread the arm through, and then pull it up. Good. So we're really working the core. Now, all of that core work, all of that plank work, all of that stability work that we've been cultivating throughout this series, I want you to bring it into this exercise. The idea here is to resist gravity the entire time. So you're threading the arm through, lifting up, opening the chest. Good. Last one. Now we're gonna hold it here. We take the underneath leg, step it down onto the mat. Bring both arms forward to 12. Leg all the way back into that vertical line. Take the opposite hand, palm up, tap it onto the mat. We lift up and over, tap, and back. Good, so we're working the triceps. Draw the shoulder blades back and down. Push into the mat. Keep the headlights of the hips facing down and really, really work the glute as you lift up and over. Now this is a really, really tiny movement. Tiny little rainbows up and over. Good. Just up and over those vertical lines and back into that vertical lane. Good. Last one. Lift up and over. Tap it back. Sit onto your heels. Shake it out. Okay, so we're gonna lie down. First of all, we're gonna take off the ankle weights for this next block. We're gonna lie onto the mat. We're gonna take our arms directly up in front of the chest. Now, bring your heels towards your butt, feet hip width apart. We're gonna press up and bring the arms down. Good. So you lift up into a hip bridge, squeeze the glutes, drive the arms down. Give me tension in the band. If it's easier, you can make a fist and enjoy that stretch in the front of the hip. Engage with the band, pull the elbows apart, drive them down to the floor, and lift up. 3, We have 2 more. Weight in the heels, squeeze the butt to lift the hips. Last one, keep the hips lifted. Now as you drop the hips down towards the floor, we open the arms out and in. Good. Out and in. This is sculpting the biceps and the triceps. Good. And as you take the arms out, Maeve, just lift the hips. Yeah, so lift the hips, you take the arms out and down. You got it. Yes, get the weight in the heels. You can almost peel the toes off the floor just to test that your weight's in the right place. Good. 2 more. Last one. And hold it down. And we're going to take the arms all the way up and back, just so the biceps are in line with your ears. And we're just going to open and close. Open and close. Now, the next time you're in class and you're working with the P-band, now your shoulder blades are against the floor. They're in perfect alignment. So I want you to think about this engagement. I want you to remember this feeling. And this is the feeling we need to find when you're working with the P-band standing. 3 more. 3. Good. 2. You can make a fist if you like, if it's easier. Good. Now hold it. Hold that tension in the band. Now we're going to lift the knees up, thread them underneath the band, open 1 inch, close, lower all the way down, and stretch the arms above the head. Here we go. Pull them in. Open, close, and down. Good. So we're now really working the core. Press the lower back into the mat. We're staying in that horizontal lane. Good. Lift up. Open and close. Press your shoulder blades back down into the mat. Squeeze and lift. Good. Nice, Maeve. Really good job. Good. So remember your abdominals, your center of gravity. Slowly melt everything back towards the floor with resistance. Good. We lift, open, close, take it all the way back. Good. Last one. Good. Now we're going to float the arms all the way up, biceps by your ears. We're going to press one knee up and press the palm towards the knee and down. Other side. Lift up, squeeze, and down. Good. So we're really working the arms. You're going to feel the core engage. We're going to do 8 on each side. This is 6. Keep the core really tight. Squeeze the hips and the ribs together. And down. Good. Feel the arms burn. Feel the abdominals engage. We have 3 more now on each side. Lengthen through the arms, press the palms to the knee, and focus on drawing the shoulder blades back and down the spine. Good. 2. And down. Whew. Last one on each side. Here we go. Squeeze. Slowly lower it down. Give me as much resistance as you can. Good. And then we're going to take the P-band off. And just bring the knees in towards the hips, in towards the chest, and just hug them really tight. We are done. Congratulations. That was an amazing workout. So we're just going to cool down now. Just going to start to really release the lower back and stretch out the arms. So just gently rock your lower back onto the floor. And then we're just going to increase that rock and then come all the way up to sit. Good. Roll over onto the mat. We're going to reach the arms forward, take the knees as wide as the mat, and rock back into a child's pose. Just tiptoe the fingers forward and stretch through the arms, releasing the lower back. Breathe into the rib cage, stretch the arms. Good. I'm going to come all the way up and just sit back onto the heels. We're going to reach the arms all the way up, stretch, and bring them back down to the side. So it's turn to face the front. We're just going to reach the arms up, thread one arm across, underneath, and just gently pull, stretch out the triceps. And while you're here, just flex the neck from side to side. Stretch it out, forward and back. Just release any tension in the upper body. Open the arms, take another one across, pull and stretch, side to side, back to front. Take the hands behind, interlace the fingers, look all the way up, stretch. Good, now bring the hands down onto the mat, tuck the toes, rock back, and we're just gonna stretch the hips. So, bend one leg, straighten the other, and then we're gonna walk the hands over to the side. Just stay here for a second. Stay here if you feel comfortable. If you want a deeper stretch, we can open all the way out to the side. And really just stretch into that hip. Spiral the spine. Reach the fingertips up. Breathe in. And take it all the way down. Good. Other side. Bend and stretch. Just walk the hands over to that straight leg. Take a breath here. You can stay here if you like. If you want to deepen that stretch, twist the spine, open through the chest, and really stretch into that hip. Good. Bring it all the way down. Soft bend in both legs. And slowly roll up through the spine, vertebrae by vertebrae. Roll the shoulders back, head comes up, breathe in, reach up, and let it go. Amazing workout, everyone. Congratulations. You made it through the foundational series. So proud of you. You are now ready to move on to strength and sculpt on the precision mat with Maeve. We'll see you there.